Hi friends and welcome to a competitive gameplay video containing one match, and this is a rather long one. I never really get tired of sisay, so that's what I'm rocking with today. But I'm not the only one trying to win with Emil and Dockside. With us we have Higher from cEDH Nexus playing his Kenrith Evolution deck. With us also we have Peter playing his Ukkima food chain. But then this is where things get a little bit different. With us we have Pontus piloting his rielle the Everwise, which is basically a wheel deck that gains value from discarding cards with things like Bazaar of Baghdad. Let's actually explain this deck's existence a little bit, because this is actually a tournament deck that is participating in a team tournament where you're only allowed to play dual colored commanders. So this was actually built with the intent of never going up against Kenrith and sisay as such. If you're interested in watching some of the games from the dual colored team tournament hosted by cEDH Nexus and run by Scotty, then you can watch those during Saturdays. And in the description below of this video there's a link to cEDH Nexus live stream Twitch TV. But now let the coin tossing political slugfest begin. Draw a card for the turn. I'm going to put a Taiga into play, tap it, and cast a Noble Hierarch, and then I want to pass the turn to you, Higher.
I'm gonna pay 2 life, cast Cataxian Probe, target Peter. There we go. Look at the trust. Okay, yes, I see it. All right, okay, all right, sounds good. Okay, terrified. Right, okay, I like that card. Okay, that's cool. Jeez, what is? Oh, okay, nice. Okay, sweet. Yeah, man. All right, this is going to be a fast game. All right, okay.
I'm trying to translate your expressions here.
Polluted Delta. counter things if you can. I'll pass the turn.
Polluted Delta pass.
Let's go for a swamp and a mana crypt, and I will pass the turn.
Draw a card. I want to put a Polluted Delta into play, and then I want to cast a Sylvan Library, pass the turn.
I'm gonna crack this.
I would like to respond on the fetch by playing Tainted Pact.
Yeah, you would.
I'll fetch a response. I'll cast a Swan Song with a Volcanic Island.
I will put this in my graveyard.
All right, I'm gonna grab a Underground Sea. Untap, upkeep, draw, Grublands. Put a Ghostly Pilfer on the stack. I will pass the turn.
Draw. Play Gemstone Caverns, land for turn. Talisman of Creativity. Then I'll pass.
Verdant Catacombs. Let's go for a blue-green player birds. And I will swing at... I will just go for Pontus.
Untap, Sylvan Library 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna pay 4 life. A Marshflats into play, Scrubland. In that case, I'm also gonna sacrifice the Polluted Delta, Tropical, and then I'm gonna cast my Smothering Tide.
Good card. I have no response with that Smothering Tide.
No response.
I pass the turn.
Upkeep. I'd like to draw.
I'd like to have a treasure.
Yeah, let's pay for the treasures.
Sure, you guys are more than welcome to pay for treasures when you have only 2 mana. Mana Confluence. Cast a Bloom Tender. Mon, do you have no creatures, correct?
I have a Noble Hierarch tapped, so nothing.
I will swing at you with Ghostly Pilfer for 2.
I take 2.
Pass the turn after that.
Draw. Prismatic Vista. Take damage to cast Rielle.
I'll have a Ghostly Pilfer trigger.
If it's good, I'm just passing.
Draw a card. 2 mana, of which 1 green. I will also play a Bloom Tender. And I would like to swing at Mons for a change.
Yeah, I'll take 2.
That will be it for now.
I'm gonna Sylvan Library. Yeah, I'm gonna take 8 life. Volcanic Island. We should cast Boss, sisay.
I'll have a Ghostly Pilfer trigger.
Can I have a treasure?
Yeah, I cannot pay for your treasures.
So I'll go for an Arcane Denial.
You can have more birds. Swan Song, the Arcane Denial. I wanna cast Draenite Magistrate by tapping this one and sacrificing this treasure.
Dranith is good with me.
With that, I'm gonna pass the turn with 4 treasures at the ready. Go for it, Higher.
At the end of your turn, I would like to cast Chain of Vapor targeting sisay.
She goes back to my hand.
Draw step. I'll play a land for turn. I'll cast Climax. I'll exile Training Grounds. Discard a Watery Grave to make Ghostly Pilfer unblockable. I would like to attack Mons.
I'll take 2.
Pass the turn.
I'd like to cast a Narset. Martyr of Vales. Then I'd like to -2 her. Take a dramatic reversal, I guess. Then I'm passing.
Let's see, I will draw a card.
Pay your taxes.
Yeah, I'll pay. Go to combats. 2 into Narset and 2 into Humans. And then for a total of 3, I will hardcast the Eternal Scourge. Then I'll pass the turn.
I will draw the top one. sisay from my hand.
I'll tap 2. I'll show you mana drain.
She is mana drained. She goes to command zone. I'm gonna shock into play a Blood Crypt, recast sisay from command zone, untapping like that and sacrificing 2 treasures.
I have a ghostly pilfer trigger.
You may draw a card. Can I have a treasure?
You may have a treasure, good sir.
Alright, Cece is on the stack. 5 treasures.
Wait.
Wow, people are really scared of Cece here.
If your smothering tide that wasn't there, it wouldn't be nearly as like terrifying, but
Let's go for a Tail's End. I would like to counter your legendary spell.
oh my god, that's amazing.
What's going on here? She is counterspelled by Tail's End. I give up. I pass the turn.
Untap. I have a ghostly pilfer trigger here for 2. Draw a card. Cast an Enlightened Tutor. Could you imagine if I ran Steel Enchantment? Oh, that'd be so sick.
Nah, that would be a great card right now.
I'm gonna put Survival of the Fittest on top of my library.
I just realized something really sad for you, Higher.
That I can't draw with Narset? Yeah, that's fine. Cast my own Smothering Tide.
Nice.
No, stop.
There is now 2 of them.
I have no answer.
I'll pass turn here.
Draw. Is that okay? Finding a basic island. Cast a Black Fathom. I could draw 4 here, but no.
Pontus, this feels like the worst card for you to go up against, Smothering Tide.
I want the mana card.
Take some damage.
Yeah, then I'll pass.
Draw a card. No payments for Smothering Tides. Combats first. I think these 4 should just go to you, Mons.
I'm at 12.
Fraction Arena. I am just wondering why I didn't attack with the Eternal Scourge, but I will pass the turn.
Drawing a card for the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 mana sisay. Sacrificing 1 treasure for it. Here we go. Sisay resolves. And let's sacrifice 2 more treasures. Lavinia, Azorius, Renegade.
I would like to Chain of Vapor Sisay with Lavinia on the stack.
It's like, can I catch a break? It's like we know what Sisay does. It's like we know.
She goes back to my hand. I'm gonna sacrifice these 3 treasures and recast Sisay. Pass the turn from here.
I will draw. Cast Survival of the Fittest. Pitch Elves of Deep Shadow. Activating Survival. I'll get a Dockside. Cast a Dockside. ETB on the stack.
I'm going to do something really cool. I'm gonna stifle it, discarding Nimble Obstructionist, sacrificing 3 treasures, and I wanna draw a card.
I'll tap this for a white. I'm gonna cast this Sweet Proxy of Emil, the Bless. I would like to flicker Dockside.
How much mana do you have left?
I have 1 mana left.
Red Elemental Blast Lavinia. Then I'll cast Deflecting Sword again. So, yeah, you'll flicker Ghostly Pilfer instead.
It's flickered. Pass the turn after that.
Draw for turn.
I have a treasure here. I guess you don't pay for mine, but maybe you pay for his.
Yeah, I'll pay for Hires. Island, land for turn. I'm just passing.
So sadly, nobody finished off the Narset. So my upkeep, I will draw a card and lose a life. And then in a draw step, I think I will draw nothing. I will cast my own Narset. This is a non-wheel game.
I've noticed.
I would like to take a look at the top 4. Chosen to reveal a Teuflicher Vorsatz. I would like to cast a Teuflicher Vorsatz. I'm gonna sacrifice one of the Drakes. Okay, I have found a card. I will now attack Narset.
She's dead.
I will cast Foresight and search for 3 cards from my deck and exile them and draw a card at the beginning of the next upkeep.
Wait, so currently you're going to... Wait, we need to calculate it. Okay, that's very scary, Peter. So this is a little bit scary because he's gonna have infinite mana before I get to draw a card. Because I can pay for my treasure.
My miscalculation in my mana is gonna hurt me a lot, probably. So, but Foresight is okay. Let's see, Manipulate Fate, Mist Hollow Griffin, and Urborg Elf. Put these in exile, end my turn.
Okay, so I untap, and it's my beginning of upkeep. You get to draw a card.
Okay, so I will draw a card, and I cannot pay.
I would like to proceed to my draw step higher, or do you want to do something?
I would like to crack 3 treasures. I would attempt to flicker Dockside.
I have an interaction here. Oh, when I think about it, this is actually pretty good. I'm gonna cast Code of Calling. X2, green, green, green. There we go.
Okay. I have no response to this.
Code of Calling resolves. I'm gonna find myself a Gilded Drake and take that Emil.
I have no response to that. That's fine. And then I will have a Dockside Exile ETB.
I would like to respond to this and become scary myself. I want to cast Vampiric Tutor.
I'll take 2 for a misstep.
Good die, Pontus. Nice.
All right, I'll get 7. Yeah, we can move to your draw step.
Draw a card for the turn. Phantasmal Image. It's not infinite, but it's good. Okay, it's gonna enter as a Dockside Extortionist.
That's fine. I'll I'll crack all 8 treasures. 8 blue mana.
Yeah, because if Mons gets to 10 mana, he wins here.
You'll get 3 from me.
Okay, so that's a total of 6, right? Pass the turn from here. Go for it.
I will draw.
Tight trigger.
Make a treasure, good sir. I'm gonna pitch a Bird of Paradise to search for a creature activating Smother or Survival of the Fittest. I'm gonna get a Phantasmal Image to put a Phantasmal Image on the stack.
I like to respond. Activating sisay. See what I have in my deck. She's a free freeze, so something at 2 or 1. But we're gonna get a Kinan, Bounder Prodigy. From here, I have to pass on the Phantasmal Image, I think.
It's gonna come in as a copy of Gilded Drake. I would like to steal Emil back. No, I'm gonna steal sisay.
That's annoying.
What is this game?
I'm going to crack 2 treasures, floating a mana, and flicker sisay with my Emil, or your Emil.
Sure. This dies. 3 in the air at Mons.
So I will take 3, I go down to 9.
I will pass the turn.
Overturn. I'm actually doing literally nothing, so no one can have a treasure. Then I'm passing.
I have a Fraction Arena trigger. I'm gonna draw a card, lose a life. You can both take a treasure. I will proceed to my draw step, drawing a card. I will not pay for the taxes. -2 on Narset. Mystical Tutor. Play a Watery Grave, paying 2 life, cast a Food Chain. Then I would like to exile my Eternal Scourge. Okay, I would like to cast my Eternal Scourge from exile. I cannot.
Drannith Magistrate is.
Let's see, I will swing at Mons for 9 with a Drake.
What?
Damn it, it's just 2.
I'll take 2, I'm down to 7. Untap, not draw a card yet. Activate blue, green, white, red, black, because of Kinan.
Yeah, Emil Dockside sisay.
Sisay's ability on the stack.
How much mana do you have after that?
5 mana, 1 of each color after that.
Floating.
Yes, floating.
5 lands and 5 mana floating. He just gets the fairy, and then he gets a Gas Cradle, and then he gets the Rivian. And then he wins.
Good there, Pontus. You got it.
No response here.
I'm the response.
I have a response. I will trick bind your sisay. You can.
Do you see his face? Do you see Mons' face right now? That is phenomenal. Fucking phenomenal. Oh my god. He said, what?
Does that have split second?
Yeah,
It does.
You know what else it says?
I can't activate
You
it
can't
again.
activate it for the rest of the turn.
Yeah.
No!
Said no. He just said, oh my god. Look at this. That's just full Mons. Just in his full glory right now.
All my 5 mana that are floating, I can't use them. We're gonna draw a card. You can have a treasure. Am I gonna die? I'm gonna take 2 from Bird. Higher, what do you have?
I have a Gilded Drake.
Wait, that is my Gilded Drake. Teferi Time Reveler in my hand. I'm gonna cast it.
I'm gonna cast a Brain Freeze, targeting Mons. That's 9 cards.
Alright, so 1 Misty, Stephanie Silence, Orchid Leaf Collar, Mana Crypt, Dovian's Veto, Elves of Mystic, Veil of Summer, Underground Sea, and Linvala, Keeper of Silence. Nothing important.
Fairies go with me.
I'm gonna minus Teferi. We're gonna return Gilded Drake back to my hand. The thing is, casting this is basically just gonna hurt me more. Pass the turn here.
I'd like to cast an Assassin's Trophy, Drannith.
Drannith Magistrate is killed. I get a forest. I have a forest.
Cast Kenrith. So I'll tap Bloom Tender for 4. I'll use the Slash Treasure for 5. I will reanimate Phantasmal Image. I'll have him come in as a Dockside.
I'm gonna sacrifice this for a white mana.
Attacks 1 mana to give all creatures haste and trample until end of turn. I will swing Ghostly Pilferer, Kenrith, Phantasmal Image, and Dockside. I'll swing all at you, Mons. Okay, so how are you blocking? Dockside?
I'm not blocking Dockside.
Phantasmal Image?
No.
Kenrith?
With Emil.
Ghostly Pilferer.
Blocked by sisay.
Yeah, that's fine. Ghostly Pilferer will just die.
And I will take 3 damage. And your Emil will die.
Pass turn.
What will I do?
Pay for everything again.
Yeah, I guess. I can cast an Arcane Signet and pass.
Yeah, that's okay. You can both take 1 treasure. Then I will go to my draw step, draw a card, pay 2 mana for Mons' Tide. I want to cast Ukkima from my command zone. I would like to go to combat. I would like to fly to you, Mons, for 2.
Do I have any flyers? No, I don't. I'll take 2.
I would like to exile Ukkima to Food Chain and deal you 2 more damage with the ability.
Higher, do you want to save me and survive the game?
I'm going to put a +1/+1 counter on Phantasmal Image. It will die. I'll use 5. I would like to reanimate Phantasmal Image. I will get 8 treasures.
That's enough for you to win the game.
What about if you sacrifice yours now, Mons?
So you can either have 8 or 7. And if I give you 8, you win the game. The thing is, he has to give me life and reanimate Drannith Magistrate. and that costs exactly 8, which is a really weird spot to be in right now, because that's the spot he wins from as well. But if I sacrifice this, he's gonna get 7.
Honestly, Mons, if you interact here, right? Like, so like you're choosing who wins here, right? Because like if you interact, then my loop stops, right?
Yes.
Because I'm trying to win over the top of Peter.
I know.
And if you stop me, yeah, right. So if you stop me here, then that's fine. Then just Peter wins. That's all. That you just have that choice right now.
Actually, I have one more choice. So I'm gonna try an example here higher. This is something I do with a lot of papers. We're gonna make a deal, you and me. I'm gonna let you get 8 treasures if you promise to not win the game.
That's fine.
So if you reanimate Draenei Magistrate and give me 5 life, I will
not win.
How does this function is that this is a deal between you and me, and you're allowed to break this deal if you want to. But if you do,
I will
never make this deal with you again. And the next time this happens, I'm gonna let Peter win.
Yeah, that's fine. Deal's good with me.
I'm not cracking the treasure.
Okay. All right. I have 8. I will use 5. I will reanimate Emil. I would like to use 3 to bounce Dockside. I would like to demonstrate a loop where I make infinite mana.
You just found the glaring loophole.
I'm going to stick to the deal and reanimate Draneth. And I'm going to give Mons 15 billion life. I would like to draw Peter out.
I will have treasures equal to your deck.
Pontus, I will have you draw your library. And Mons will just have all the manas. And then Mons, you will draw the remainder of your library. And then I will stop and I'll pass the turn.
You win the game. And next time I'm gonna specify the deal even harder.
I will never, by the way, Mons, I will never break a deal. Ever. I will never break a deal.
Big congratulations to you, Hire, for winning the game. Let's actually explain the little king-making situation that actually happened. So Ukkima food chain has to win on the table as long that I die. Because if I survive, my Draenei Magistrate can be reanimated and prevent Ukkima from actually casting things from exile. But the strange problem here is that Kenrith both have to give me 5 life that costs 3 mana, reanimate my Draenei Magistrate from my grave into play, that costs another 5 mana, a grand total of 8 mana. But if he actually gets 8 mana, he can also reanimate Emil the Blessed, then activate Emil the Blessed and win the game just like he did in the video. And he's going to get 8 treasures from the Dockside Extortionist trying to enter the battlefield. But if I sacrifice my treasure token in response, he will only get 7. But if I give him 7, I'm actually going to die, and we're all going to die and lose the game to Ukkima. But if I give him 8, then Kenrith is going to win the game. So this means that I'm now king-making and deciding which one of these two are going to win the game. And in order to try and survive, I made a deal with the Kenrith player where I told him to basically not win the game this turn, put Draenei Magistrate into play and give me 5 life. But I failed to specify what he could do exactly with those 8 treasures, because he also decided to generate infinite treasures. And with that, he basically won the game later. And I guess I should have specified don't achieve an infinite loop with infinite treasure, so in the end, a little bit my fault. But this is an interesting king-making political situation that could actually be debated back and forth of how we should try to resolve it. What do you think about it, and what would you have done in this situation specifically? What would you have done if you were the Kenrith player, and what would you have done if you were me? And I don't think there's any right or wrong here, and we all have different opinions on it, and I would love to hear your input. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like what I do and you wanna support me, feel free to share my videos or even checking out my Patreon page. Also, purchasing cards from the TCG Players website using the affiliate link in the description below of the video will also help the channel grow. So a big thank you to all of you.